From the towering peaks of the Woolajezi Mountain in Lofa County to the golden plains of Bomi River Basin, through the verdant greens of the Sapo National Park, a place where monkeys whisper secrets and pygmy hippos tread unseen, from the valleys to the roaring coasts of Monrovia, Buchanan, Harper, and Robertsport. These are the voices that travel unfiltered, uncaged, and unstoppable. Welcome to the Liberian Voices Unfiltered, the platform where we speak the languages of the land, celebrate the cultures of our people, beat the drums of our tribes, and dance to the rhythms of our identity. This platform is more than just a broadcast. It's a movement, a megaphone for the people. No scripts, no sugarcoating, no stage management. Just the truth, pure, bold, and proudly Liberian. Tune in, turn up the volume, and join your host, George Senator Sibo, the Pan-Africanist, shaking the mic, breaking the silence, and speaking for the nation and its people. The Liberian Voices Unfiltered. All hail, Liberia hail. It is raw, it is real, it is authentic. From the bushes to the beaches, this is our voices, our truth, and our story. It must be heard.
Yeah, you're tuned into the heartbeat of Mama Liberia, where truth meets the people and every voice is heard. This is Liberian Voices Unfiltered.
Oh, we're speaking truth tonight. Liberia, let your voices rise.
From the streets of Monrovia to the hills of Nimba, we're bringing light where the truth's been hindered. Politics and power, let's break it down. We talk the real, no mask, no crown.
Economy shaking, but we still stand tall. Business and trade, we can uplift all. From the youth to the elders, we all gotta say. Unfiltered voices paving the way.
Liberian Voices Unfiltered. Yeah, we tell you how it is, no filter. Liberian Voices Unfiltered. The people's mic, the nation's mirror. From Buchanan to Bong, from Lofa to Cape Town, we talk the truth that really counts. Liberian Voices Unfiltered. Yeah, you're tuned into the heartbeat of Mama Liberia, where truth meets the people. Yeah, you're tuned into the heartbeat of Mama Liberia, where truth meets.
Well. Good evening, fellow Liberians. We want to say a good welcome to you guys for joining me wherever you are. We are happy again to be on this platform, the Liberian Voices Unfiltered, where we provide information raw and we say it as it is. We don't sugarcoat. We don't do no stage management here. This is a platform where Liberians get the information that they need raw. So we encourage you to share our live video, invite people to comment. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, Liberian Voices Unfiltered. We are on Facebook also, Liberian Voices Unfiltered. We are on TikTok, Liberian Voices Unfiltered. And we are also on Instagram, Liberian Voices Unfiltered. So please subscribe to our channel. You can like our comment, like our content in some of the things we put. It's going to help out in a long way in moving this program forward. Like I told people, this program came to stay. The Liberian Voices Unfiltered came to stay. We are not deterred about what people have been calling and saying things, criticizing, oh, you can't be talking to government like that. I say, well, Liberian people need to hear the information raw and unfiltered. So we are not deterred. We will carry on our job. Today's topic is going to be real fascinating. So I need you guys to follow us, follow the live, give your comment. There is a link when you look at the live. There is a link there. If you feel you want to make a comment, you want to make a contribution to the show, you are welcome to come in. I can pop you in for a couple of minutes. You can say make one or two contributions before you leave. It is incumbent upon us as Liberians to be able to provide information to our Liberian people, especially with our privilege or that privilege to some information that are very vital to the Liberians' survivability. especially in the kind of trying times where things are more difficult and things are not even getting better. Our politicians are not providing us the necessary necessities that our people need for survival, they need to grow. No, our people have been stuck. So today's topic is going to be very, very interesting. I hope you can join me. We'll be talking on governing a nation in crisis, how Liberia's leadership is responding to youth unemployment, corruption, weak institutions, and broken social system. So we want to have a lot of things in between there. So are we really on the right path? Are our people fighting hard to get some of these things done? So to participate on the show, the number is on the screen, plus 267-559-4052. That is a WhatsApp number, or you can call the number directly if you're in the US or Canada. So you can join the show and you can give your contribution. The lines will be open. So let me not waste your time. Let me play the team song once more. Then we will get straight into our discussion. I plan to keep you here minimum an hour 30 minutes, so that we can. There are a lot of good information I really want to pass on, and I want people to listen. So share our live. You can encourage people to join the live, because we provide real, authentic information. We are not sugarcoating anything. So right after our theme song, we will definitely be moving into this. So stay tuned, okay?
The people, and every voice is heard. This is Liberian Voices Unfiltered. We're speaking truth tonight.
Liberia,
let your voices rise.
From the streets of Monrovia to the hills of Nimba, we're bringing light where the truth's been hindered. Politics and power, let's break it down. We talk the real, no mask, no crown. Economy shaking, but we still stand tall. Business and trade, we can uplift all. From the youth to the elders, we all gotta say, unfiltered voices paving the way. Liberian voices unfiltered. Yeah, we tell it how it is, no filter. Liberian voices unfiltered. The people's mic, the nation's mirror. From Buchanan to Bong, from Lofa to Cape Mount, we talk the truth that really counts. Liberian voices unfiltered. Your story, your power, your sound. Healthcare, education,
Yeah! You're tuned into the heartbeat of Mama Liberia, where truth meets the people, and every voice is.
So, fellow Liberians at home, across the continent, and around the world, again, I say welcome to another explosive, tough-provoking, and eye-opening edition of Liberian Voices Unfiltered. Tonight, or today, wherever you are, we are not here to entertain you with small talks. We are here to confront some of the deepest truth about our country. Truth that many people whisper in private, but few are willing to say publicly. But on this platform, we say it loud, we say it boldly, and we say it without fear or apology. We always say it unfiltered. Liberia today stands at a crossroad, a moment in our history where the decisions made are not made by our leader, what decisions made or not made by our leaders will determine the direction of our nation for generations to come. Everywhere you turn, there is a sense of frustration, hopelessness, and unanswered questions. Our young people, who represent more than 60% of our population, are wandering with no clear path. Youth unemployment is no more just statistics. It is a national emergency that needs to be addressed. Every community you enter, you will hear the same cry: no jobs, no opportunity, no future. And while the young struggle to survive, our leaders continue to promise hope without delivering results. Our hospitals, JFK, Redemption, Phoebe, Jackson F. are supposed to be a place of healing. But what are they today? Places where people die from conditions that can be treated. If only the hospital had oxygen, if they had medication, equipment, bed, or even electricity. Women giving birth on the floor. Children dying because a simple drug is not available. This is not just a national embarrassment anymore. It has become a national tragedy. Our education system is on life support. Classroom without chairs. Public schools without libraries. Teachers without proper training. Students without books. How can we talk about human capital development when we are still preparing our children with tools from the 1970s? How does a nation grow when its youths are unequipped for the modern world? And then come the national budget, which should be described as the government blueprint for development. The 2026 draft national budget was supposed to be a reflection of national priorities. It was supposed to address drug crisis, rising crime rate, the youth unemployment crisis, the failing healthcare system, the crumbling schools, and the broken infrastructure. But instead, what do we see? We see a budget that invests heavily in political comfort. Millions for government vehicles, foreign travels, workshops, retreats, allowances, and office renovation. While the real need for the Liberian people are underfunded or ignored completely. We, the youth and elders, are told to be patient. Yeah, the government said be patient. We should be told to be patient. But I want you to know today, I want you Liberians to understand and know today, patience cannot take a young man from the ghetto. No, it can't. Patience does not provide oxygen for dying patients in the hospitals. Patience can't do that. Patience does not build technical and vocational education center or create jobs for the youth. Patience will not do that. Patience does not fix broken schools, neither does it provide chairs for students. Patience will never do that. Patience does not rehabilitate drug addicted youth, neither does it build rehabilitation centers for addicted people. Patience can't do that. Patience does not change the life of the ordinary Liberians from extreme poverty to the middle class. Patience can't do any of these things for Liberian people. But yet the politicians say, be patient. But they are not patient. They are eating the national cake. They are having the lion's share of everything. But they say the youth, the young people, must be patient. So tonight, we are going beyond speeches, beyond politics, beyond emotional appeal. We are diving into the facts, the evidence, the national budget, and the life experience of everyday Liberian. We are going to be asking some hard but necessary questions. Is Liberia truly being governed in the interest of its people? Or are we just financing the comfort and lifestyle of those in power while the nation collapses beneath us? Those are questions I'm going to be asking. Tonight's conversation will be honest. It will be bold and uncomfortable, I can promise you that. It will be relevant and absolutely unfiltered. If you care about Liberia, if you care about your children, if you care about the future and that of your children's future, then stay with us. This conversation, the country desperately needs. I ask you to bear patience as we delve deep into these talks. Give me a few seconds over here. So, fellow Liberians, Liberia governance challenge become even more visible When we examine the life experience of ordinary Liberians and compare them with what our national leader chose to fund in our 2026 draft national budget. The budget, which is supposed to reflect the priorities of the nation, it shows that leadership still out of touch with the people. The urgent and painful reality facing Liberians today are not being addressed in the budget. Let's look at youth unemployment, for instance. Youth unemployment have now become a full-blown national emergency, but the government is not doing nothing about that. Over 60% of young Liberians are unemployed. Over 60% are unemployed. Look at that number, 60% over. And this is the highest youth joblessness rate in the entire West Africa. That is the highest in the entire West Africa. 60% of our youth are unemployed. Yet, when we look at the 2026 budget, funding for the youth program remains shockingly low. No, they put nothing much there. The Ministry of Youth and Sport, that is the institution that is responsible for technical and vocational education, for youth empowerment and sport development. Still, they receive just a fraction of what is needed to run their operation. But you say the youth should be patient. The young people should remain patient. But you can't fund them. But you are furnishing your offices, traveling allowances so huge, buying big cars, $45,000, $50,000, $60,000. But you turn the youth to wait if you can't even sponsor their program. There is no major new jobs creation project anywhere. No aggressive national skill training programs. Nowhere you will see that. And no entrepreneurship funded for youth anywhere in the budget. Nowhere. Nowhere. But meanwhile, our legislature alone received tens of millions for operational expenses, for benefits, for allowances, for workshop, retreats, for fuel for the vehicles, and new vehicle purchase. They receive tens of millions, but the youth are not captured. And they are the one approving that budget. They are the one approving that budget. And this clearly signals that the youth are not priority to the National Planning Initiative. The people don't care about you young people. They don't care. In education, the story is even more heartbreaking. Look in Maserado. This is part of Maserado that where the county that hosts our capital. Students are still sitting on the floor because classrooms have no chairs. Go to rural Maserado, you see what's happening there. Go somewhere in Todi, go in Bentor, those places, you see what's happening there. Those kids are still sitting on the floor. When you see their school, you will never believe. You think there's somewhere way in Lofa or Granger there, or Nema far beyond. Go to Bond County. Teachers still complain that their salaries are being delayed. And school lacks science lab and laboratories. No local government schools. Besides the few that they are doing in Monrovia, in Maserado, Monrovia, in MCS, a few places, go around. School, no laboratory, no library, no computer lab, nothing. But the budget is reflecting huge increment in lawmaker salary, huge increment in their benefit, traveling allowances, big money going to them. But they don't care about the young people. They don't care about the generation of this country. How would they care? Because they will already have enough money to take care of them till they die. They're not going to care. In rural counties like Maryland, Grand Crew, River G, some students are still walking for miles, hours to reach to their school. And when they get to the school don't even have textbooks, nothing to teach from. Students are walking miles to come to school. And no places, some of them, no latrine. Sometimes they go to school, there's no even teacher to teach them. Yeah, sometimes the students go to school, no teacher. They get to school, no teacher to teach them. They be floating around doing nothing. Absolutely nothing. Those are the kind of things that we Liberians are confronted with. That's the kind of generation that the youth will be confronted with in the future. When our people don't even know better. Despite all these painful conditions, right? The 2026 draft national budget does not show any transformative increase in funding for school infrastructure. No, they don't show that. There is no national project to rehabilitate or proper schools that are bad, are dilapidated, that need renovation. Nothing is not capturing it. There is no plan for digital literacy. No. If you can't go to computer school by yourself, you're on your own. You're not going to learn computer. There are people that graduate from college don't even know how to boot computer to even turn it on or turn it off. There is no budget for modern science lab. No, they don't want to include that. Because they feel that if you learn, you get the knowledge, you'll be like them, you'll be smart. Then what happens to the generation? What happens to the future? Look at teacher training, which is one of the most important investments a government can make. It remains underfunded. Teacher training program remain underfunded. The leadership continue to speak of human capital development, yet money never reach the classroom. How can you do human capital development when you cannot even sponsor education? How can you achieve that? Looking at our healthcare system. Our healthcare system right now is on life support. Those that have been in the medical field, I understand why life support is. If you pull the plug, it's gone. Life support. In the past year alone, Liberia recorded multiple preventable deaths because hospital lacks oxygen tanks. The story went viral of a mother giving birth on the floor at Redemption Hospital because there were no bed. Beds were insufficient. A woman giving birth on the floor in a hospital because there's no bed. But our lawmakers are making $15,000 a month. They make $15,000, United States dollars. Even the people that own United States dollars, they don't make that money per month. The people that own the currency, United States senators, they don't make that money per month. But our lawmakers are making it. But youth are sitting down and remain silent. JFK employees have constantly complained about the shortage of gloves, no syringes, no basic pharmaceutical. Employees are complaining they don't have those things to do the job. Those are things that even clinic in other countries in Western world don't even run out of. But our national hospital, where we are dependent on to cater to thousands, millions of people, they are still complaining that they don't have gloves, they don't have syringes, they don't have basic pharmaceuticals. Look at Jackson F. Hospital, one of our nation's best equipped facilities, but they continue to battle shortage of essential supplies. Even though the new CEO, Dr. Victor Kaza, has been lobbying with our international partners, and the hospital is getting some basic equipment, but it is not still enough. He's doing his best. He's lobbying around to make sure that things work for the hospital. But it's not still enough. But yet again, the fiscal year budget 2026 show little to no increment in health sector investment. You're not investing in the health sector because they don't care. When they're sick, they don't go to JFK. When they're sick, they get on plane, they fly to India, they fly to Europe, they fly to America. So they don't care to face JFK. But when you, the young people, you, the youth, you, the elderly, when you get sick, you run to JFK. But you know why they keep doing that and walking away? Because the youth fold their hands and watch them do it. Because the youth fold their hands. If changes must take place in Liberia, the youth must wake up and call the government to order. That's why they call you youth. You get the energy, you get the strength, you get the enthusiasm, you got everything you need. Wake up, call government to order, get on the street and protest, demand jobs. It is the right of the government. It is your right that the government provide you jobs. It is their responsibility to make sure that employment is being created in the country. That is the job of the government. If they can't do it, the young people must rise up. The young people must take to the street and demand jobs. I'm not telling you to be violent. No, you can peacefully get on the street and demand jobs from government. You are unemployed. You need jobs. It is the duty of the government to provide jobs. But when you sit down and allow yourself to be politicized, you allow fraction of people in the name of former ruling party or current ruling party to fractionalize you guys and take you to go and protest where their interest lies, you'll be going nowhere. Nowhere. As I speak to you today, there is no plan to modernize our hospitals. No major plan to strengthen our healthcare system. No new funding for maternity health. No. Despite the explosion of drugs and addiction, mental health issue is not even being considered by our government. They don't look at mental health. No, they don't look at it. Youth addiction, they don't. They just speak about it mutely, pretend as if they are doing something about it, but they are doing nothing tangible. Political offices, however, see consistent increase in budgetary allocation. Millions for travel allowances, millions for allowances, and administrative costs. Look at the budget. The budget is right there. Look at the budget. Look at concession agreement. Let's talk a little bit about concession agreement. Liberia has some of the world's richest natural resources. It's found in Liberia. We got iron ore, a real commodity that gave money to a nation. We got rubber. We got gold. The price for gold now on the international market, 1 ounce of gold is almost $5,000 for 1 ounce. We got gold in abundance. We got timber. We got palm oil. We got diamond. Yet, communities living near these resources are some of the very poorest in the country, where exploitation is taking place. Look at Grand Bassa. Look at Grand Bassa today. Residents continue to complain that development funds for the large construction company are not reaching the communities. ArcelorMittal is in Buchanan, yes. Concession funds, the corporate social responsibility that ArcelorMittal is supposed to provide to the country in which they are operating from, that money does not reach the county. The government requests for it in cash and use it on their own volition. Use it the way they want to. The trickle-down effect goes to the people because those big trucks are flying your street. They're making your road bad. They're polluting your environment, but nothing gets to you. The government receive it and use it on their own. They buy big cars. They travel and get big allowances and live in big hotels when they travel. Look there, look at your lawmakers, see the cars they ride. Look at your minister, look at your vice president, your president, the kind of cars they ride. How much it costs? They don't care about you. They don't care about you. But the youth, that is my disappointment. The youth sit down and do nothing. If Liberia will change, the youth has to rise up. If government must do the right thing, the young people must rise up and hold government feet to the fire. Challenge the status quo and make them to see that they need jobs. Make them to see that situation in Liberia needs to change. In Nema County, citizen says companies extract iron ore. You saw the iron ore, yes. They're taking it from Nema. But they're failing to rehabilitate the roads. The roads are getting deplorable in Nema. In Sano, same things. Communities are report that agreement for schools, clinic, remain unfulfilled, and government is doing nothing about it. Yeah, you have golden verilium. They're taking palm oil. They planted palm oil, they're taking it, but government remain mute. Corporate social responsibility is not being met. And sometimes you should look at it, not that other people are not giving it, but government receive it and use it for something else instead of using it for the county that operation is taking place. And your lawmakers that's supposed to be your mouthpiece, that's supposed to be your representative to talk for you, to advocate on your behalf. No, they don't advocate for you. They advocate for themselves. They want the kickback from those things so they can buy a bigger car. They are driving around in syringe, blowing over the place, in air-conditioned car. When the youth are walking on the street, they are trekking, counting lepers from one point to another, eating gari, waiting how to start their day. But the lawmakers, those government officials are moving around in pleasure, peaceatic luxury, enjoying the comfort of our labor. The youth are sitting and watching them. You will not come on the street to say, oh no, we need jobs. We're going to demand the government to provide a job. They will not do it. They will allow pocket of politicians to take them and launch them into battle in the name of the going to scatter another political party riot, a rally. Is that how you're going to allow yourself to be treated as a young man? Is that how you're going to let yourself to be treated? You're not looking at years to come, how your generation going to be, your children, how they're going to be. If you don't set the pace for them right now, they will be like you, and they will be worse than you. Your resources will be depleted. When you hear say there is oil deposit, the word deposit means it can go, it can come out. For example, if you deposit 1,000 in the bank, and you taking every day you take 20, every day you take 20, how long it will stay? It will finish. That's how those minerals are. They are mineral deposit. They can finish. When your mineral finishes, when the gold finishes, the diamond finishes, what happened? What's going to happen to you as a nation? You depend on nothing. On nothing. On nothing. And despite all the failures, the government continued to rely heavily on concession revenues without demanding enforcement agreement. These concession companies sign agreement with the government. Tell them we'll do this, we'll do this. But who's supposed to enforce it is the government. But they don't enforce it. They go and collect kickback from those people. The inspectors are supposed to go and make sure that there is no abuse of labor. Those inspectors go and collect bribe and they turn their back on what is going on. The 2026 budget does not include a string of compliance mechanisms or a dedicated form that will monitor concession obligations. No, the budget does not reflect that you have a group of people that will monitor or compliance mechanism for concession companies. It's not mentioned. There is no policy framework for that. There's nothing. They don't care. Liberia continue exporting wealth while they are importing poverty on our people. The government, that's what they're doing. They export the wealth of the country, gold, diamond, timber, but then they import poverty on our people. But our people sit there and look at it without doing anything. They look at the rule of law. It remains weak. And the justice system continues to struggle with limited resources. Local land disputes in Grand Crew, in Maryland, in Nima, in Lofa, they are all escalated because cases have taken months and years to be heard. And this is all happening due to lack of judges and the slow bureaucratic procedure that's happening. And so much political influence too is affecting the process. Police officers across the country continue to complain that they lack fuel. How will the police patrol when they don't have sufficient fuel to patrol the neighborhood? They don't have enough vehicles. The radios are breaking down. The basic equipment. These are all making law enforcement difficult. Every police officer should have a weapon to protect them. Every police officer should have a full service protective gear. How many police officers have it? When you call 911 in the night, you want the police officer to go and defend you, go to your house when you don't even have a weapon? He don't have a weapon to defend himself. How is he going to, when they say armed robber, so he will go there with a baton, with a stick in his hand to go and defend? No, but government is not looking at that. They don't even want to empower the police. No, they don't want to do that. Of all these things, the 2026 budget does not still provide significant funding to reform or strengthen the justice system. No, it's not doing it. But instead, you got administrative budget in political offices. They still remaining heavily funded, and they just untouched. Heavily funded and untouched. And what do you see? What's the result? We Liberians see a justice system that only works for politicians and the upper class. But for the poor people and the ordinary Liberian, the justice system will always fail you. Because it has been designed like that. It is the order that they put it in. That when they go to court, when you sue them, you go to court with them, you can't win the case because they control everything. That's the kind of situation they put Liberia under. Our justice system is broken because the politicians want it to be like that so they can be favoring them. They can win their cases. But when the poor men go to court, you can't win any case. In the Western world, it is on the reverse. On the Western West, on the revised, poor men win more cases, especially against companies. Come to look at it. If you sue Firestone and claim it damage of $100,000 as a poor man, maybe because of something happened in the plantation or so, what do you think? You think the judge is going to say Firestone is right? No. 100,000 is negligible to Firestone. It's nothing. But 100,000 is important to the poor man. It will create jobs. It will create livelihood. It can help their children. The justice system in Western world, when you sue a bigger company, that bigger company don't even want to go to court. What they try to do, they try to settle. Because they know the justice system will favor the poor man. But in Liberia, the case is on the reverse. It's on the upside down. Justice system favors the rich, favors the companies. That's the kind of thing we see. Our youth drug crisis is one of the most devastating tragedies today. In Monrovia's ghetto, for example, you got Sonny Wen, Red Light, New Georgia Junction, young boys and girls as young as 12 years old. They are hooked on Kush and Spark and Die. Those are dangerous synthetic drugs that can cause severe mental health for our kids, for our young generation. The government pretend I say they're fighting it. They're not fighting it. Rehabilitation, zero. If you take somebody from drug, what do you do? In Bikano and Banga, youth rehabilitation centers are overwhelmed. Overwhelmed. You get small, but you get hopeless full. The family of these children are crying for help. But the 2026 draft national budget allocate just very, very little for drug rehabilitation or mental health programs. Very little. If you have a crisis like the drug crisis, I thought you pay more attention to that. I thought you allocate more money for fight against drugs, for rehabilitation services. But you allocate almost zero in the budget for that. But you say you're fighting it. To break those small ghetto down, you're wasting your time. Those guys don't need kitchen. They don't need ghetto to go smoke, to take their drug. No, they don't need it. They can take it from anywhere. They are even living in the grave. They live in the grave and smoke that thing. You're going to take them from the grave too? You have to build rehabilitation centers. You have to be able to rehabilitate the youth. When you take them from a drug situation, you should take them to rehabilitation center. After that, you must provide a job that will make them busy. If they are not busy, they'll be out of it. They'll go right back. Like I said in my previous podcast, it is called relapse. They will relapse and go right back to the drug taking. Right back. There is no funding for the National Drug and Rehabilitation Center across the country. No major youth, young recovery project that has been mentioned in our budget. Nothing. Nothing. The budget does not have, it has no sustained mental health support to be captured in the budget. It shows nothing, absolutely nothing. Instead of all of these things, millions are being set aside for government travel. Millions are set aside for government travel, for workshop. Millions. And go look at new vehicles. Look at new vehicles in the budget. See how much money go there for vehicles. Who's going to ride them? They said ordinary people that ride them. No. Ordinary people not supposed to ride a car because you got air conditioning in it. Ordinary people not supposed to ride air conditioned car. But the youth sit and look at these things happening. They care nothing. They don't want to organize themselves to hold the government feet to the fire. Instead, they are allowing themselves to be used by political pundits, be moving around like pawns on the board. When the youth can organize themselves, stage a nationwide protest calling on all youth across all political subdivisions of Liberia to assemble on the street and specify and give an unspecified protest. We will remain on the street until government can do the needful, until government can provide us jobs. You'll have international community sponsoring you guys. You'll find international partners sponsoring you guys. As long as it is not being politically motivated, you will find partners. You will find people providing the necessary help that you need. You'll find people doing that. But if you allow yourself to be used by political opponents, by those guys that will call you and say, oh, CDC is not there again. Let the said United Party government do. Then you're not being nationalistic. It is the right of the government to provide you job as a young man. You are qualified, you are competent, you got the strength, you got everything you need in your own country. So it is the right of the government to provide you guys job. If they are not doing it, you can hold their feet to the fire. You can demand them to do it. All these things, it's a painful reminder that the youth crisis is not being treated as a national emergency. No, it's not being. Politicians and political parties, they use the youth drug crisis to take power. Yes, they use it to take power. But after they are elected, when they are elected to office, the drug crisis and rehabilitation of addicted youth become a charade. They use it as a charade. Politicians don't care about the young people anymore, especially when they win the elections. They only care about using the youth doing campaigns and dumping them right after they are elected into office. When they get elected, you can't even see them no more. You go to the office, you book an appointment, you get tired. Our economy too, it continues to get weakened on a poor governance decision. Inflation is still on the rise, even though the price of rice and transportation have decreased a little bit. But notwithstanding, there are basic food items that people need on the table on a daily basis, and those things are still unaffordable to a lot of people. That means the economy is not improving. Look at farmers in Lofa, Bong, and Nima County. They complain about receiving no government support. No government support for two. No support to support the irrigation system, because you need irrigation to do a large-scale farming. Farm to market road is bad. Nothing is there. How will they transport their crops, their produce from the farm to the market? The price of agricultural material like hoe, cutlasses, shovels, diggers, etc., they all remain high and they are unaffordable for farmers. And remember, agriculture is part of the arrest agenda. Government should be importing hoe, shovel, cutlasses, spraying cans, and distributing them on farmers. But what are they doing? The increasing budget for the budget on the allowances, budget on foreign travels, budget on furnishing their office and buying bigger cars. That's why they are focused on. But agriculture remains dead. But you have agriculture as a fundamental pillar in the arrest agenda. But the farmers are complaining. Look at the price for fertilizer. I'm a farmer. I buy these things. I know how much I pay. 150 kg bag of fertilizer is over 60 United States dollars. How you expect a poor farmer to do agriculture when he can't even afford a bag of fertilizer? 60 US dollars is almost all the money they will receive when they sell their produce. How you expect them to have sustainable agriculture? How you expect agriculture to improve the economy? How you expect it when basic agricultural needs are not available? No farming equipment. They are too expensive. One cutlass is $5. One cutlass is 5 United States dollars. Where you expect the farmer to get that from? How you expect them to afford that? Shovel, hoe, digger. Go look at it just to name it. Wheelbarrows. Go and check the prices on it. $35, $40. How you expect the farmer to afford that and still be able to carry on a big farming? They won't do that. These are the things that the budget should capture, should provide subsidies to importers of this agricultural material so that it can be sold at a lesser price, so that farmers can be able to get them and operate and do agriculture, so that we can be dependent on only rice. We can be dependent on import. We can be dependent on what we produce. Those are some of the things that we need to focus on, but the government is not doing that. Agriculture funding in the budget, it remains insufficient. That money allocated for agriculture is very, very insufficient. In fact, look at rural rehabilitation is the most underfunded. Look at road. To rehabilitate is most underfunded. Even though the rural community rely heavily on road to transport their goods. But vehicle procurement for government agencies remain fully funded. Foreign travels remain fully funded. These are the choices that clearly show what the government priorities are. The priorities are not farmers. The priorities are not young people getting access to loan to start their own businesses. No, they're not a priority. Because if they make you self-sufficient, if you become self-sufficient, you will not be behind with munya. You will not be behind with jaja. No, you will not be a bandwagon that's behind anymore. And they want those people to be behind and to be blowing trumpet when they are walking. So they will make sure that you are not empowered. They will make sure that every day you be to their houses. Every day you'll be there begging them. That's how poor leadership is. A leader is successful when people around him succeed. You can't be the only rich man. And then everybody around you, they are beggars. Begging for nickel or dime to pay their school fees. But you got it in abundance. So what we see from all of these examples is a pattern of misaligned national priorities. A government that invests more in political comfort than in the national development cannot deliver meaningful change. The budget reflects a recycled governance pattern, or old habit, or old priority, old thinking. And that does not align with the need of modern Liberia Republic. It don't. It don't align with that. What we're trying to say here in short, Liberia is suffering not because we lack resources. No. We are suffering because our resources are not being allocated where they matter most. Our resources are not being where they matter most. They are not going there. You got lawmakers gathering people when the government promised that they will prosecute people that corrupted in the past regime, in George Weah regime. They promised the Liberian people that we will bring people to the book, people that have taken ill-gotten wealth, people that have squandered the resources of our nation, people that have taken what the country needs to succeed and put it in their personal care, in their personal account. The government promised to go after them. But what we see today, the government is in bed with them. So you lie to the people again. Where's the trust? The same thing you said that they should remove President George Weah for, that President George Weah was not doing what he's supposed to do, will come and see the same thing happening. You are doing selective justice. The nation cannot move forward when we are having selective justice. You're going after certain people and you are going in bed with certain people. Why would the president be traveling on a plane to the United Nations General Assembly with President like Thomas Fala? Thomas Fala that's supposed to be going through investigation. That's by now he's supposed to be indicted and going through investigation. He's been flown, he's been seen endorsed by the ruling party. Is that not sheer arrogance? Is that not sheer mannerlessness for the people? You don't respect the people. You abuse the people trust. You take the Liberian people, you abuse their trust. You lie to them. You make them to vote for you. When you got in office, and then you turn your back on them and begin to do what you want to do. Why should Thomas Fala be called to your rally? The man that you are calling thief, Fa. He said he's a thief, Fa. He said he was the most corrupt man in the country. Today you call him a man as one of the most vibrant politicians. You call him one of the most skillful politicians. Is that not sheer hypocrisy? Is that not sheer arrogance? Why will you do that? We're not saying this because we hate Thomas Fala. We're saying it because the nation is losing. The nation is not benefiting. So tomorrow, Thomas Fala know that, oh, anybody can see and walk away. Just align yourself with the current political regime. You'll be fine. And that's what we see. That's what we see. And it's not only Thomas Fala. There are a lot of other politicians out there that stole money. and you know that they stole money. We all can see a president, John, we have built condominium on no time. What happened with investigation? And you promised us, you told us that when you become president, you will prosecute those people. You will go after them, they will account for it. But what we see today is selective justice. You're going after Finabono because you feel she's not too strong. Yeah, you're looking for people that you feel that they're not too powerful. But what happened with Thomas Fala then? Why you can't prosecute them? Those people should have indictment hanging over their head. Government should try in their weak ways to get indictment hanging over these people's head. At least it will show, the optics will reveal that the government is doing something. Why can't you, even when it comes to pretense, you don't even know how to pretend? And that's a shame. That's a shame. You cannot have the nation where youth are unemployed. 60%, over 60% of working class youth above the age of 18 to 35 or 50 or 40 that can work, they are unemployed. They don't have a job. But you have government officials, you have senators, lawmakers, representatives. They are making $15,000 and nothing has been done. Ministers, deputy ministers, they make no money. Head of public corporation, $10,000, $15,000, and nothing has been done to address it. But you told us, Mr. President, that when you take over, you will address this salary issue. We're going almost more than 2 years now. What happened? Oh, you want election time read again? You make another promise? Oh, you give me a chance. Why I started, I won't finish it. That kind of thing you want to bring back to us again? Because that's what it's going to lead to. That's exactly what it's going to lead to. And the youth are sitting down and doing nothing. That is my disappointment. The youth supposed to remain the custom model of our democracy. They're supposed to remain the check mark of our nation. The youth supposed to be able to hold the government feet to the fire. Imagine the total youth population of over 60% of our nation's population. Imagine those people take to the street in a peaceful protest, wearing the white t-shirt, holding a white banner, white handkerchief, and getting on the street and demanding jobs from the government. The government will shut down. The government will have no other alternative than to realign the priorities. All major news networks will show that Liberian youth mean business. Radio Al Jazeera, Radio Deutsche Welle, CNN, any radio station you think about around the world, VOA, everywhere will bring the news that Liberian youth are standing up for their success. They are standing up for their future. But you allow yourself to be used by pocket of politicians, go to the play and go launch struggle. You'll be launching struggle till you get 80 years old. The struggle you should launch, youth must launch a national struggle. National struggle means you are struggling for every young man across the geopolitical region of Liberia. That's the kind of struggle I want to see the young people doing. Call our phones. We will provide food. We will provide water. Let them get on the street and demand from the government. Tell the government that we need jobs. We need jobs. You can demand from your government. Those pocket change you are getting from the representative, those pocket change you are getting from the senator, it's not going to help you. How many young men at the age of 35, young men knows how much a plot of land costs? How many of them have been able to buy land for themselves? Except for those that will struggle in the market to sell that piece of goods and things while the police keep harassing them to leave the street. All those things are going on. The youth are sitting and just watching. How can you have a country that has less than 30% of old people and allow the old people to rule us to the extent? The old people are the ones, all the money, all the resources, they make all the decisions. They don't include any youth in the decision-making process. But we got FLA, we got Federation of Liberian Youth. What are they doing? FLA have become more political than their intended purpose. They do nothing. When you are elected the president of FLA, you think that it's an opportunity for you to go sit with the minister now and start knocking glasses, start drinking champagne, and start drinking Hennessy XO. You think that's an opportunity. When you are elected to those offices like Federation of Liberian Youth, all of their quota officers, this is where you guys supposed to put your acts together make sure that you are doing things in the interest of Liberian youth, because that's what the institution stands for. Organize your people. Let them demand from the government. They can demand from the government jobs. It is your right to work in your country. It is the responsibility of the government to provide jobs, and they can do it. We got a lot of forests. Government can create plywood factory. They can create plywood factory. They can be producing wood, furniture. They can do it. Agriculture, they can do it. But how much money goes to those things? Nothing. But go and check how much money is allocated for brand new cars. For them, they are going to be the one riding those cars. You're not going to enter no car. In fact, when you come closer to the car, they bring the glasses slow a little bit down and spy you so that you can't even, the air conditioner cannot even hit you. That's how pathetic it is. In this country, in America, in Europe, you find 18 years old, 19 years old can afford an apartment. They live in their own apartment. They can afford a car, decent car, brand new car from the parking lot with plastic on the seat. You'll be the one to tear it out. Job will be created that you'll be able to work and pay your car note. But in Liberia today, what we see there? Civil servant at the director level cannot even afford a car because the salary is so small. Civil servant cannot even afford a car. They can't even afford a motorbike before you talk about car. Look at the salary. Look at the disparity between the salary. How long are the youth going to protest? How long are the youth going to come on the street and tell government, say, enough is enough? We need to be factioned into this equation. How long are the youth going to take to do that? They're not doing it. Our young people these days only care about their stomach. If they go to say the lunch struggle and they give them $30, $40, $50, they share among themselves, they get Kobo money, they think that yes, that's how life's supposed to be. Why should you be dependent on the pocket of someone if you can demand that person to create a job for you? While you work and you have independence. While you work, you can take care of your children's future. Many of you don't even know how much a plot of land costs, or a lot. They don't know how much it costs. Many don't even know how much a car tire costs before you talk about a car or a motorbike. Is that the kind of life you want to live from now to when? But it's not that the money is not there. We are talking about $1.2 billion budget. That means the government has the capacity to raise it. Out of that $1.2 billion, how much is actually going toward youth programs, going toward youth empowerment? At this stage, the government should have a dedicated account open wherein youth can apply for grants, can apply for loan and start up their businesses. That will alleviate unemployment. But no, they don't want to do that. They don't want to go look at traveling allowance. Entertainment, $500,000. $500,000 to the deputy speaker for entertainment. Are you kidding me? Who are you entertaining? Is he entertaining the whole 15 counties? Is he entertaining everyone? $500,000 to entertain. But the hospital does not have drugs. The hospital does not have beds. Pregnant women are giving birth on the floor because there is no bed. Do you know $500,000 how many beds they can create? If the government decides to sponsor a local production, they can produce bed locally. Bed can be produced, hospital bed can be produced locally. It can serve those purposes. You have it in abundance. You have a lot of concession, a lot of the students ambassadors, they are leaving. You said gone. How long the government is going to be dependent on aid? Because those money that the country raised, they eat them. And then they wait for foreigners to give them money. They wait for international partners to give them money. How long are we going to continue in that path? How long are we going to continue in that path? I'm calling on the youth today. I'm making this clarion call to the youth. You have to wake up. You have to wake up from your slumber. Wake up from your sleep. Hold the government feet to the fire. You are a young man. Don't be afraid to say, oh, revolution will cause people to do this. Without struggle, there can be no success. The young and the youth of Liberia must wake up and hold the government feet to the fire. Stage a nationwide protest. Announce an unspecified date for protest. Let them know that if the government cannot provide jobs for the young people from now to this time, we will get on the street. We will demand government to do it. You're not going to be burning tires. You're not going to be burning houses. No, you're just going to peacefully assemble as the Constitution said. When you take to the street, no camel will hit you. No government official will come and hit you on the road. They will not do that. They can't do it. They will not do that. Because you will be too plenty to the extent that the entire government is going to shut down. They can't go to work. They can't do nothing until they address the situation. You will see they will realign our budget before it passes. What are the youth doing? Young people, what are you doing? What are you doing? Sitting home, cutting contract, small petty stuff is not going to help you. It can't help your generation. You need real change. You need real jobs. You need real jobs. If you can't get these jobs, your future is going to be oblique. You're not even going to see beyond what is in front of you today. There's going to be no hope for you, no hope for your children. It's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. So like I said, I'm not going to take most of your time here today. I'm here to provide you the information. So fellow Liberians, as we bring this important conversation to a close for today, let us understand one thing. Liberia is not poor because the nation is poor, no. Liberia is not a poor country. Liberia is a mismanaged country. Our suffering is not because we lack resources. It's because we lack leadership that places the people, that places politics above the people. The fiscal budget 2026, it tells a story. We all can see the storytelling. It tells us who the government truly value. And sadly, it shows that the system still prioritizes government comfort over public welfare. And today, I'm asking the youth to challenge that and make that change. We cannot continue to accept budgets that fund political offices, but starve our schools, starve our hospitals, and youth programs, and provide enough funding to our justice institutions. We cannot keep pretending that Liberia will improve if we do nothing. We cannot allow young people unemployment, drug addiction, and broken institutions to define the future of Liberia. Liberian deserves better. And it starts with leadership. We mean leadership that governs with vision, leadership that governs with courage, with integrity, and with accountability. Tonight's discussion was not about attacking any government or any individual. No. It was about speaking truth to power and defining the ordinary Liberian who wake up each day hoping for change, but still sees nothing. It was about you, the young people that are ready and able to work, but there is no job created by their government. Today's discussion was about a nation that has abundant resources, but the people are among the poorest on earth. Liberia will rise, but only when leaders decide to lead with purpose. And when citizens demand better, when citizens begin to question authority more and hold leadership accountable, that is the only way Liberia will rise. Liberia will not rise if these things are not done. The youth should not just fold their hands and watch politicians do whatever they like. The youth must rise up and demand employment from their government. They must demand inclusion of youth programs to foster youth development in the national budget. That's what the youth should be doing. Fellow Liberians, let us continue this conversation. Continue to challenge the system and continue to push for Liberia as we all deserve better. Tonight, I want to say thank you for joining us on the edition of Liberian Voices Unfiltered. We are asking you to stay engaged, to stay informed, and stay hopeful. Liberia's future depends on all of us. Please encourage your family and friends to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Liberia Voices Unfiltered, to follow our Facebook page, Instagram page, and TikTok pages, Liberia Voices Unfiltered. So until we meet again, let God bless you. Let him keep you. Let him shine his face upon you. And let him give you peace. The peace that you deserve. We want to say thank you for joining us. We want to say thank you for your likes, your comments, and your support. We appreciate everything you do. Everything you made, every comment you made, we have seen them. And we pray that God Almighty touch the heart of our leaders. Touch the hearts of our leaders. And make them to do the right thing. But if they fail to do it, I'm calling on the youth and young people to rise up. I'm calling on the youth and young people. You sitting at the attire shop. You sitting in that club. You sitting on the road, standing next to that tree. I'm talking to you. Rise up. Organize yourself and demand jobs from your government. You got the right to do that. The Constitution gives you the authority to do that. You can demand job. You can demand accountability from your government. Just do it in an organized fashion. Call on the youth from Grand Judah, Monrovia, everywhere. They can protest for employment. Unspecified protest. There is no time limit until government meet the demand of the youth. 65% is not a small number. You can't sit and allow your country and allow everything to go away from you. They are signing concession agreement for years. Look at Firestone, 99 years. How many black men, how many young people will reach 99 years? Liberia Agriculture Company, look at how many 66, 70. Look at the years they are signing the concession agreement for. Your country is being taken away from you. Your future is being taken away from you. But you need a youth to go back and take it from government. That's the job of the youth. Other countries have done it. Liberia can do it. Liberian youth can do it. We're not asking you to go to the street to burn anything on the street, to burn houses or to loot. No, we are telling you to organize yourself in a peaceful manner. Get on the street and demand from your government. Demand jobs, demand accountability, demand inclusion in every decision-making process, because you constitute more than 60% of the population. Things should be directed to you. 60% should receive 60% of everything. This show, like I said, is not sentimental. It's not party-based. We don't care which political party you're from. We don't care which political party you're affiliated with. You come on the show, you say it as it is. That's the reason why a lot of people I'm contacting to join the show, they don't want to come because they are afraid. Not that they don't have information to provide, but they are afraid to come because they still lobbying with government. They still finding way to get job with government. But I don't care. I will say it as it is. I will continue to speak truth to power. I will continue to let the government know that you campaign on the basis of this. You must do it. You told the people you will create jobs for the youth. Almost 2 years, no job. You told the people you will prosecute people that are corrupted. You called George Weah government one of the most corrupt government. How many persons have gone to jail since almost 2 years? 0 person have gone to prison for corruption. You're creating a situation to know that you're doing something, but you're doing nothing because you have the same intention to steal. The same plan to steal and walk away. Because you know if you prosecute them, the next government is going to prosecute you. So you don't want no prosecution. You pretend as if you want to prosecute. When we get there, we'll do this. When we get there, we'll prosecute them. They will answer for that for the 2 condominiums. They will answer, Thomas Fala will answer for the university he paid. Or Thomas Fala, how do you call her? The lady with the car that they arrested a few times. Finabono will answer for all the cars she have. Jefferson Koji, they will answer for what they have. Today, what happened? What are we seeing? Are we seeing anything? Have any tangible arrest that had led to prosecution taking place, that had led to actual people going to prison for corruption? Are we seeing it happening? The answer is no, because the government don't want to do it. They are creating charade. They are creating mirage to make the Liberian people to feel that they are doing something, but they are doing nothing. And we all know they are doing nothing. 2029 will be a year of reckoning. Will be a year of reckoning. I'm asking the young people, I'm asking Liberians to open their eyes and see. Don't allow these people to fool you again. Don't allow anyone come to you and fool you. Vote based on what you have seen, what you have touched, on tangibles. Don't go vote on sentiment. Don't go vote on things that somebody told you that they will do when they were there, they didn't do it. Don't listen to that. I'm calling on our young people. Do the needful. Come out in your numbers. Come out in your numbers and demand from your government job and demand from your government accountability. You're 35 years old, 25 years old, you should be working. You are a high school graduate. Some of you graduated from college. Some of you got a master's degree, but you don't have a job. When you don't sing the song of a political party, you got no job. Is that how long we're going to live? We must be a sycophant to somebody. We must be a bootlegger to somebody before we can get a job. How long the youth going to be in that process? Fair Liberians? All I can do is to say my part. And I'm encouraging you to join me in this fight. Young people, join me in this struggle. I will continue on this path until change can come. I will continue in this path until we can see a reasonable change in our nation. We want to be able to come home and get a job. We want to be able to come home and work in the private sector. We want to be able to come home and see jobs available. We came here to seek greener pasture. We came here to get education. When we get these things, we will go home and be able to contribute. But the opportunity should be provided. But you go, there is no jobs. People learn agriculture, there's no jobs. No jobs. You take all the jobs that you're supposed to create jobs for Liberia, you take it, give it out. That's why I talk about LISCA. Look at the Liberia International Ship and Corporate Registry. You took it, you give it to the Israelis. The Israelis are running it. Jewish people are running it. But Liberian cannot get jobs. But we got more than almost 6,000 ships that fly our flag that we can comfortably work on and make some money. But you took everything away and gave it. We can't get jobs. LISCA office in America here. Why is it doing in America? Is Liberia going on a going war? Panamanians. Panama has the second largest registry. You took Panamanians and gave our registry to them. The Panamanians are the ones running our registry. They are vice president for operation, vice president for administration. They are the Panamanians that run our registry. But we get Liberians that are maritime trained, that are maritime qualified. In Liberia, more than 35 to 40 Liberians has master degrees in maritime from various disciplines, ranging from ship, education and training, law and policy, everywhere, governance, sustainability, everywhere, ocean sustainability and governance, every sector of maritime you think about, we got qualified Liberia. But they are wallowing in Liberia because the government, the thing that's supposed to give them job, the government took it and gave it to foreigner, gave it to the Jewish people to run the company, our LISCA. They can't create jobs for us. We can't get jobs. But you talk about you will fight for the youth. How you fight for the youth when you're giving the jobs out? You talk about agriculture. Look at agriculture. How much money in the budget for agriculture? Look at the cost of fertilizer. How much for one bag of fertilizer? How much for one bag of, how much for shovel? How much for cutlasses? How much for hoe? How much for digger? You expect the ordinary farmers to come and do that? To take what they're supposed to eat to go and buy those things? You're not going to have vibrant agricultural development in Liberia. You're not going to have it. You're going to have substantial farming. That's the best you have because you don't want to invest in it. Every country that have improved in every sector, they invested in it. They didn't take all the money and allocate it for travels. They didn't take all the money allocated for allowances and bonuses. They didn't put the money there to go buy brand new cars, air-conditioned cars, to be driving around in it. They didn't do that. Come to America, be living in expensive hotel, traveling all over the place. When you're sick, you don't go to your JFK because you underfund JFK so that you can come to Dubai to hospital, so that you can go to America, the United Kingdom to hospitals. Is that how we're going to continue to live in our country? But we'll continue to speak the truth. We will continue to make our voice heard. We're inviting people to join us in this fight. I need young Liberians to join us in the fight. Let us fight for our young people. For me, I'm okay, I'm good. If you think I'm doing it because I want a job, I am good. I work. I got stuff going on in my life. I got people work for me in Liberia. I got a farm. I got a school project going on. I got more than 25 to 30 employees on my farm now as I speak to you, and I pay them. I pay them. They are working. So if you think I'm doing it because I want a job, you're fooling yourself. I'm doing it because of the Liberian people. I'm doing it because of the young people. I know how many young people call us every day asking for handout. I'm not saying that we're not friends. You can't ask your friend for something, but how long would that do? That those $25, $50, $75 I will send, what is it really going to do for you? Can it buy you land? Can it build you a house? No, it can't. It's not going to do nothing much for you. You need a job. And the only people that can create a job for you is your government. So you must hold your government accountable. You must hold your government responsible for not creating jobs for you. Hold them responsible. So on this note, well, like I said, we can only talk. We don't have the authority. The authority we have is to speak the truth. And we are speaking the truth. I'm doing this on a live podcast. I'm doing this streaming on Facebook, on YouTube, so that Liberians can bear me witness that I did these things for the youth, that I fought for them. This is the best fighting we can do right now until we are empowered. Join me, empower me, let us do this. Let us make the platform go viral. Let us make this platform be one of the platform that will speak truth to power. Come on board. Share this platform with other friends. Encourage them to follow our live. Encourage them to comment. We need that comment. We want to see the interaction on our page. We need them. So for those of you that have been following, say thank you. We really, really appreciate for everything you do. We really, really appreciate. Thank you, Liberians. Those few people that come online to follow our page, to give comment, we really, really appreciate you. We know a bunch of Liberians will not want to watch live feed, especially where we are talking sense. They want to see garbage. They want to see people cussing. They want to see people insulting, talking, cussing the person here and there. Drama. They want to see drama. But things that will better the nation, discussion that will bring about change. No, they don't want to pay attention to that. When they come and see on Facebook, they just swap it. They're looking for drama on Facebook. That's what they want to see. But when it comes to real substance, real issue that will trigger national government to do what they're supposed to do, no, you don't find a lot of people watching it live. A lot of people not watching. No, they don't care to watch it. They look for drama on Facebook. And drama cannot move her anywhere. So for those of you that have been watching, those of you that follow our page, we want to say keep doing it. Keep encouraging people. Revolution is not a day thing. Revolution takes time. We are launching. What we have started is a revolution. It's a media revolution. We will use it. We will use it to empower our people. We will use it to give our people knowledge and understanding as to how to proceed. So we say thank you and God bless you till we meet again. Thank you.
From the towering peaks of the Woolajezi Mountain in Lofa County to the golden plains of Bomi River Basin, through the verdant greens of the Sapo National Park, a place where monkeys whisper secrets and pygmy hippos tread unseen, from the valleys to the roaring coasts of Monrovia, Buchanan, Harper, and Robertsport. These are the voices that travel unfiltered, uncaged, and unstoppable. Welcome to the Liberian Voices Unfiltered, the platform where we speak the languages of the land, celebrate the cultures of our people, beat the drums of our tribes, and dance to the rhythms of our identity. This platform is more than just a broadcast. It's a movement, a megaphone for the people. No scripts, no sugarcoating, no stage management, just the truth, pure, bold, and proudly Liberian. Tune in, turn up the volume, and join your host, George Senator Sibo, the Pan-Africanist, shaking the mic, breaking the silence, and speaking for the nation and its people. The Liberian Voices Unfiltered. All hail, Liberia hail. It is raw, it is real, it is authentic. From the bushes to the beaches, this is our voices, our truth, and our story. It must be heard.
Yeah, you're tuned into the heartbeat of Mama Liberia, where truth meets the people and every voice is heard. This is Liberian Voices Unfiltered.
Oh, we're speaking truth tonight. Liberia, let your voices rise.
From the streets of Monrovia to the hills of Nimba, we're bringing light where the truth's been hindered. Politics and power, let's break it down. We talk the real, no mask, no crown.
Economy shaking, but we still stand tall. Business and trade, we can uplift all. From the youth to the elders, we all gotta say, unfiltered voices paving the way.
Liberian voices, unfiltered. Yeah, we tell you how it is, no filter. Liberian voices, unfiltered. The people's mic, the nation's mirror. From Bukana to Bong, from Lofa to Cape Town, we talk the truth that really counts. Liberian voices, unfiltered. Yeah.
So, fellow Liberians, I've said thank you for joining us. We really, really appreciate it. Go to our Facebook page, encourage your friends and family, your loved ones, to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Liberian Voices Unfiltered, to follow our Facebook page, Liberian Voices Unfiltered. We are also on Instagram, Liberian Voices Unfiltered, and we are also on TikTok, Liberian Voices Unfiltered. The more followers we have, the more views we have, the more likes and the more comment we have, the farther we can reach our audience, the more people we can talk to. So please share this live on your page. Share it. It will get to people. This our fight is not going to be for nothing. It's going to resonate with the people one day. It takes time. It's not a day fight. So we say thank you until we meet again. I say ciao.